America contains many diverse regions and climates. Geographically, South America is generally considered a continent forming the southern portion of the landmass of the Americas. South and east of the Panama Columbia, bordered by most northeast or south and east of the Panama Canal by some. South and North America are sometimes considered a single continent or supercontinent, while constituent regions are infrequently considered subcontinents. Topography of Latin America. Topographic relief in South America is dominated by the Andes Mountains, which extend all along the Pacific coast. These mountains are created primarily by the convergence of the Nazca and South America tectonic plates. The Nazca Plate, which underlies the eastern Pacific Ocean, slide under western South America, resulting in crystal thickening, uplift, and volcanism. Another zone of plate convergence occurs along the northwestern coast of South America, where the Caribbean Plate also slides under the South American Plate and forms the northeastern extension of the Andes Mountains.
Panama is a country on the isthmus linking Central and South America. The Panama Canal, a famous feat of human engineering, cuts through its center, linking the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean to create an essential shipping route. In the central Panama City, modern skyscraper, casino, and nightclubs contrast with colonial buildings in the Casco Viejo district and the rainforest of Natural Metropolitan Park. Escape to the San Blas Island. If you truly want to get off the beaten track and have a taste of adventure, a trip to the San Blas Island might be just what you're looking for. Postcard perfect island, with palm trees and crystal clear water gently lapping the white sand beaches is what this area is all about. However, you need to be prepared to bring out your inner Robinson Crusoe, as the accommodation are generally on the rustic side. The only way to visit this idyllic island is to book a package with the local indigenous Guna people, which includes transportation to, from, and around the island, accommodation, and 3 basic meals a day. This is totally off-the-grid type of trip, so prepare accordingly. Get off the beaten path in Santa Fe and San Francisco. A couple of hours east of Panama City, you'll find a turnoff for the towns of Santa Fe and San Francisco. These turns takes you away from the coast and into the mountains, ultimately ending at Santa Fe National Park. This is relatively undiscovered area of Panama and perfect for people who want to get off the beaten path. On the road to Santa Fe, you'll come across San Francisco, an unassuming town with a pleasant main square and one of the oldest churches in the country, Iglesia de San Francisco de la Montana, dating from 1727. This photogenic church is open each day until 4 p.m., but closed over the lunch hour. Just down the road, about a mile, is a secret swimming spot, Balneario El Salto. Here, the water cascades over rocks into a shallow natural pool, and swimmers come with their inflatable donuts and other toys to escape the heat on hot days. Wander the narrow street of Casco Viejo in Panama City. History surrounds you as you stroll through the narrow street of Casco Viejo, also known as the Old Town. See colorful buildings, historic ruins, and great views out over the bay toward the gleaming towers of modern Panama City. This area is compact, and all the sites are within an easy stroll of one another. In evening, the buildings and ruins are creatively lit up, and restaurants set up tables and chairs on the sidewalk. This area is ideal for a romantic gateway, with boutique hotels located in restored buildings dating from 18th or 19th century.
Costa Rica, country of Central America, its capital is San Jose. Of all the Central American countries, Costa Rica is generally regarded as having the most stable and most democratic government. Costa Rica is known for its incredible national park, where tourists can enjoy some thrilling activities like river rafting, canyoning, cave tubing, and zip lining. It's also one of the best places for animal lovers to discover some interesting wildlife like macaws, sea turtles, and adorable sloths. Here are some of the attractions in Costa Rica. Number 1 is Arenal Volcano National Park and La Fortuna. It is used to be one of the most active volcanoes in Costa Rica. The beautiful Arenal is indeed a sight to behold. For 30 years, hotels in the region touted their views of the lava flows and red-hot boulders ejected from the volcano glowing in the darkness. Corcovado National Park and Drake Bay, located on the gorgeous Osa Peninsula. The Corcovado National Park has been called as one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. Together with Drake Bay, this region has become an ecotourism hotspot for those who want to be one with nature. Tamarindo, Playa Langosta, and Playa Grande, located along the North Pacific coast. Tamarindo and its surrounding beaches are some of the most easy accessible beach towns in the regions. Boasting crystal clear turquoise water and pristine weather, Tamarindo is one of the most popular tourist destinations for good reasons.
Nicaragua. Nicaragua is the largest country in Central America and is slightly bigger in area than the New York State. The country is bordered by the Honduras to the north and Costa Rica to the south. The Pacific Ocean provides the border to the west, and the eastern border of the country is on the Caribbean Sea. So here, I will introduce to you some tourist attractions in Nicaragua. First, we have the islets of the Grenada. Lake Nicaragua is home to 365 small islands that form an archipelago, known as La Isletas or Islets of Grenada. Due to their location southeast of the colonial city of Grenada, the islets are more than 25,000 years old, initially formed from the ash and stone of the Mombacho volcano. While some islets are deserted, others have limited development, mostly in the form of eco-lodge. Hicaro Island Lodge is one such place. The boutique property is truly special, a place where you can disconnect to reconnect with nature. You can also explore other islets by sailboat or kayak from the dock at Hicaro if you were staying there. The accommodation at Hicaro Island Lodge is in two-story wooden tree houses that have an indoor or outdoor vibe and truly feel like sleeping in the midst of the jungle. Next tourist attraction in Nicaragua is the Masaya volcano. Protected in the country's largest national park, the Masaya volcano also one of Nicaragua's top places to visit, just 20 kilometers south of Nicaragua's capital city of Managua. The most amazing part about visiting this active volcano is how close you can get to the lip of the crater in a private vehicle. You simply drive right up to the edge and park, although you have to park facing downhill in case of an emergency. Looking down into the crater, you can see a lake of a molten lava. Visit after dark to see the glow the bubbling lava creates inside the pit. If you visit during the day, there is a museum on site as well as a picnic facilities. Next tourist attraction in Nicaragua is the Mombacho Volcano Nature Preserve. Located atop the dormant Mombacho volcano, this nature preserve includes a unique cloud forest landscape and covers 2,500 acres. It sits to the southwest of Managua, just like 10 kilometers from the colonial town of Grenada and magnificent Lake Nicaragua. Surrounded by the rural farms and coffee plantations, the landscape is very beautiful. The reserve is known for its prolific, colorful, and fragrant flora, with more than 800 species of plants growing here. There are also hundreds of animal species making their home on the Mombacho, including the bright red and green Quetzal bird and a number of monkey species, such as a white-faced monkeys and a howler monkeys. The best way to experience the preserve is on one of the many hiking trails running through it.
El Salvador, country of Central America. El Salvador is the smallest and most densely populated of the 7 Central American countries. Despite having little level of land, it traditionally was an agricultural country, heavily dependent upon coffee exports. Here are some of the attractions in El Salvador. Number 1 is Santa Ana Volcano. The star attraction of the Cerro Verde National Park is also its most menacing. The Santa Ana volcano is El Salvador's biggest and most active volcano, last erupting as recently as 2005, when the force of the eruption flung car-sized rocks for more than 1.5 kilometers. Number 2 is El Boquerón National Park, with a trio of peaks set around the dramatic volcano crater of El Boquerón. The wildflower-covered slope of El Boquerón National Park make a scenic hiking spot. The main highlight of a visit to El Boquerón is the views, which look out over San Salvador and the distant Lake Ilopango and Izalco volcano. And lastly, Lake Cotapeque, a startling blue pool nestled beneath the peaks of Cerro Verde, Izalco, and Santa Ana volcanoes, and fringed by sloping sugar and coffee plantations. Lake Cotapeque is among El Salvador's most enchanting natural attractions, located at the cups of Cerro Verde National Park.
Honduras is a Central American country with Caribbean Sea coastlines to the north and the Pacific Ocean to the south. In the tropical rainforest near Guatemala, the ancient Mayan ceremonial site Copan has stone-carved hieroglyphics and stelae, tall stone monuments. In the Caribbean Sea are the Bay Island, a diving destination that's part of the 1,000-kilometer-long Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. The top 3 attractions in Honduras. First is the Rotan. This is the largest and most developed of the Bay Island. Second is the Copan Ruins Archaeological Site. This is the most studied Maya city in the world and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Lastly, the Utila Bay Island. It is about 32 kilometers from the west coast of Rotan, Utila. It is the most budget-friendly of the Bay Island.
Guatemala, a Central American country south of Mexico, is home to volcanoes, rainforests, and ancient mine sites. The capital, Guatemala City, features the stately National Palace of Culture and the National Museum of Archaeology and Technology. Situated in the lowland rainforest of northern Guatemala, Tikal is one of the top tourist attractions in Guatemala due to its beauty and the ancient wonders. The name Tikal translates as Palace of Voices, sometimes Place of Tongues, and once a boasted bustling population of 250,000 or more. Today, however, all that is left of this ancient metropolis are a number of beautiful Mayan ruins. The city is surrounded by a large wildlife reserve full of monkeys, parrots, deers, macaws, and the other incredible specimens. You'll need to set aside a minimum of 2 days for true exploration of this natural gem. Lago de Atitlan. Lake Atitlan was described by Aldous Huxley as the most beautiful lake in the world. Situated in the Guatemalan highlands, the lake is a stunning exhibition of natural splendor. The portal to Lake Atitlan, the city of Pananahasel, is also a portal to an indigenous world of Mayans and other ancient peoples. It is a beautiful area with many tourist attractions, opportunities for exploration, scuba diving, and learning Spanish. Santa Catalina Art. Antigua was once the capital city of Guatemala up until the year 1773. When a massive earthquake decimated the town in 1776, it was ordered abandoned and what had once been a buzzing and vibrant capital city took on the aura of quiet provincial town. Known for its old world style, Spanish architecture by way of palaces, cathedrals, universities, and hermitage, Antigua is a charming jewel in Guatemala. The Santa Catalina Arch in Antigua has become a visual cue to let everyone know that they arrived. The city is a popular tourist attraction during Holy Week, with parades and floats and carpets of flowers lining the streets. It's absolutely breathtaking.
Belize. Belize is a nation on the eastern coast of Central America, with Caribbean Sea shorelines to the east and dense jungle to the west. And the first attraction in Belize is the Ambergris Cay and Hol Chan Marine Reserve. Just off the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, laid back, Ambergris Cay is the largest of Belize's 200 cays and a hotspot for tourists. If diving and snorkeling are on your things to do list, head off the coast here to the Hol Chan Marine Reserve. It's named after the Mayan for Little Cat and is one of the 7 reserves within the Belize Barrier Reef system, which is the second largest in the world after Australia's Great Barrier Reef. The island's main town is the fishing village of San Pedro, a colorful jumble of clapboard houses, stray dogs, and clucking chickens. Besides water sports and beach basking, top things to do here is include dining at the cute cafes and touring the Belize Chocolate Company. Golf carts and bicycles are the most popular modes of transport, and although these days an increasing numbers of cars and trucks zip along the sandy streets. The second is the Lighthouse Reef Atoll and the Blue Hole. The farthest from the shore of Belize, 3 atolls. Lighthouse Reef Atoll is nirvana for nature lovers and divers. 6K surrounds a turquoise lagoon with gleaming white sand beaches, coconut palms, and fascinating coral formations. You can also explore the Half Moon Cays lighthouse and relax on the beautiful beaches, while divers love the excellent wall dives and abundant marine life around the island. And the third is Placencia Peninsula. Snuggled on the end of a 26-kilometer sandy peninsula, Placencia is a popular fishing village and beach resort. Travelers come here to bask on some of the best beaches in Belize, eat fresh seafoods at the excellent restaurants, fish, kayak the lagoon, and dive and snorkel in the Seal Cays Marine Reserve. In the village, brightly colored clapboard houses raised on stilts line the narrow concrete path where fishermen used to transport fish in wheelbarrows. From Placencia, you can organize a cruise through the mangroves on the Monkey River to see birds, howler monkeys, and the crocodiles. Haiti. Haiti is the western part of the island, Hispaniola, which was an important strategic location in the 7th century, used by the Spaniards and France. Today, Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. The country has been plagued by the political violence for most of its history. Haiti is famous for its popular religion, known to its practitioners as serving the Iwa, but referred to by the literature and the outside world as Vodou or Vodun. Haiti was known as the Pearl of the Antilles. The first attraction in Haiti was the Bassin Bleu. Bassin Bleu is a blissfully secluded waterfall on the hills of Jacmel, Haiti. Travelers can follow a trail to the basin and spend a day jumping from the waterfalls, swimming in the turquoise water, and enjoying the cool cover of the lush vegetation. The privacy of the spot makes it feel like paradise. The second is the Labadie. Labadie is a private port and a secluded piece of paradise owned by the Royal Caribbean International Cruise Company. The white sandy beaches and crystal water here make it one of the most enchanting destinations on the island. Besides relaxing on the beach by the blue sea, visitors can shop from a selection of Haitian vendors and participate in water sports or try their hand at a zip line. The third is the Cocoya Beach. Cocoya Beach is the idyllic Caribbean haven replicated in holiday brochures worldwide, and with fine white sand, turquoise waters, and tall, luscious palm trees swaying lazily in the warm breeze. The beach is a top spot for snorkeling and is a good choice for those wanting to avoid a tumult of tourists. Access is only possible via boat or by hiking.
Cuba, country of the West Indies, the largest single island of the archipelago, and one of the more influential states of the Caribbean region. It became Spanish Empire's most important source of raw sugar in the 18th century, and later earned the sobriquet Pearl of the Antilles. Here are some of the attractions in Cuba. Number 1 is Old Havana, or Havana Vieja. It boasts a UNESCO World Heritage status because the city is home to some of the best preserved history in Cuba. So much so that it feels like time has stopped here. Wander the cobble streets to find some excellent examples of Baroque and neoclassical architectures like the Cuban Baroque Cathedral de San Cristobal, as well as historic sites like the Bodequita del Medio, an old restaurant where Hemingway used to hang out. Don't miss the Castillo de la Real Fuerza, a military fortress, or the Plaza Vieja, a beautiful town square that serves as an excellent spot to enjoy a mojito in the sun. The second is Baracoa. Baracoa is a little-known slice of paradise in Cuba. It is founded in 1511. It is the oldest city in the country. Unlike touristy resorts, this town has secluded black sand beach, blissful streams, crashing waterfalls to explore and bathe in, and lush forests to hike through. Many visitors come to hike in Yanque, a mountain famous for its flat top at 589 meters high, that offers incredible views of the sea. Although the hike up is almost entirely vertical, the pathway is shaded and the breathtaking view is so worth the sweat. When you come back into town, you can taste some of the freshest mangoes and papaya in the area. And lastly, Trinidad. Trinidad's collection of well-preserved history is second only to Havana. The UNESCO site has not changed much since the 1800s, and it has an impressive number of vibrant Spanish colonial buildings. Visit the nearby Playa Ancon, a beach on the southern coast, and dine on the rooftop restaurants to enjoy beautiful views at any time of the day. Trinidad's Old Town is open only to foot and horse traffic, so visitors are free to roam the street, markets, and view the iconic bright pastel house freely from the narrow cobbled roads.
Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic is the second largest and most diverse Caribbean country, situated just 2 hours south of Miami, less than 4 hours from New York, and 8 hours from most European cities. Known for its warm and hospitable people, Dominican Republic is a destination like no other, featuring outstanding nature, intriguing history, and rich culture. The first attractions in Dominican Republic is the Punta Cana, is one of the most popular beach destinations in the Dominican Republic. It stands apart from other beach resorts in the country, however, because it has beaches that face both the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. Punta Cana has 100 km or 60 miles of coastline with mainly shallow waters, but the beaches can be windy sometimes, and in Punta Cana is a party town where you can swim with dolphins or sharks, race a speedboat, or go deep sea fishing, catamaran sailing, whale watching, or zip lining. Plan to be very busy during your visit. The second is the Sosua. In 1938, long before the Dominican Republic became a top tourist destination, its president offered safe haven to 100,000 Jewish refugees. About 800 settled in Sosua and were given land where they started a dairy and a cheese factory, and you can eat products from Productos Sosua today. Sosua is a popular destination for diving who like the calm waters, reef structures, and the many varieties of fish they'll see. Sosua is a place where nature is still making beaches, some naturally and others by storms. By day, Sosua is a typical beach resort, and by night, it's a haven for party animals. The third is the Samana. Samana, capital of the province with the same name, is a pretty historic town located on northern Samana Bay, and its main claim to fame is that it's the last stop Christopher Columbus made the New World in 1493 before heading back to Spain. And in modern times, it's a great place to go whale watching since thousands of humpback whales head to the bay to give birth between January and March. During this month, Samana is the tourist capital of the Dominican Republic, and it may interest baseball fans to know that several notable pitchers, including Willie Peralta, grew up here.